Hi, my name is Jessica Makepeace, and I'm here today to talk about how nonverbal communication can assist me when forming a first opinion about a person. I work in sales, and I rely on the unspoken to tell me about the person that I'm trying to sell to and whether or not they're even interested in what I have to say. The first thing that I look for is a facial expression, whether they're smiling or frowning. I'll also take notice as to whether or not they look at me when we greet. I don't think constant eye contact is required throughout a conversation, but I do expect a person to look at me the first time that we're meeting each other. I'll also make assumptions about a person based on the clothes that they're wearing. I am not looking for designer labels, nor am I expecting people to be dressed in their Sunday best every day. I'm really just looking to see if their clothes match and if their shoes are tied. A person who is neatly dressed will automatically be assumed to be organized and prepared for most events that they will encounter during the day, whereas a person in wrinkled clothing might be considered unorganized and lazy. I'll also look for indicators that are just considered polite, whether conducting business or at a backyard barbecue. Whether or not a person picks up their mobile device can tell you a lot about whether or not they're interested in a conversation. If they do, then they probably do want to hear what you have to say. If they don't, then they'd probably rather be doing something else. I'll also look at how a person shakes hands and whether or not they initiate the action or if you have to do it. How a person shakes hands is also a good indication of that person's personality. I shake hands with a lot of men in my line of work, and I've noticed that those who shake my hand by holding onto my fingertips as if I were going to break will tend to direct conversations towards my male counterparts if they are present, whereas those who will firmly grasp my hand while shaking it will include me in the conversations. Oddly enough, I can forecast what kind of handshake I'll get from a man by the way that they stand. I've noticed that men who stand with their hands in their pockets and their chest puffed out slightly will be the ones who will hold my hand by the fingertips as if I'm going to break, whereas those who stand upright, hands in pockets or not, will give me that firm handshake that I'm looking for. I think a walking pace is also a good indicator as to what the nature of a conversation will be. Is that person stiff or relaxed? Are they walking fast or slow? I find a person who has a relaxed but moderate walk is usually about to engage you in a friendly conversation, whereas a person who walks up to you slowly is either hesitant about the conversation or might not really want to be engaged in the conversation at all. I have learned that these gestures that I use to form first opinions are not always correct. If a person is having a bad day, they may not be up to par and can give off nonverbal cues that could lead you to make false conclusions about their personality or their character. Since I've been in sales, I've learned that actual interaction with a person is the best way to form an opinion about that person and their character. After all, we all have bad days.